Can you believe that the world's most powerful country has been unable to extinguish a fire burning beneath one of its own towns for more than 60 years? Now imagine this. You arrive in a quiet American town. The houses are still standing. The streets are still there. The trees still sway in the wind. But something feels terribly wrong. There are no children playing. No neighbors talking. No cars passing by. Only silence. Then, you notice something unusual. Thin white smoke is slowly rising from cracks in the ground beneath your feet. The air feels strangely warm. A faint smell of sulfur lingers around you. And then someone tells you that beneath this town, a fire has been burning since before many of us were even born. A fire that may continue burning long after we're gone. This isn't a Hollywood movie. It isn't science fiction. It's a real place. A town called Centralia, located in the state of Pennsylvania. Centralia was once a peaceful mining community. Families had lived there for generations. Children filled the streets with laughter. Small businesses thrived. Neighbors knew each other by name. It was an ordinary American town. Until one ordinary day changed everything forever. But what really happened? How did an entire town become almost uninhabitable without a single bomb or a natural disaster? The answer begins in the year 1962. At that time, Centralia depended heavily on coal mining. Beneath the town lay enormous underground coal seams that had fueled the local economy for decades. In May 1962, during a community cleanup, workers set fire to a landfill to burn accumulated trash. Back then, it was considered a common practice. But no one realized that beneath that landfill, old abandoned coal mine tunnels still existed. Slowly, the flames found their way through hidden cracks into those underground coal seams. And once coal catches fire underground, stopping it becomes incredibly difficult. At first, people weren't worried. Everyone assumed the fire would burn out on its own. But it didn't. Instead, it spread silently, deeper beneath the town. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. Then, strange things began to happen. Some basements became unusually hot. Gardens felt warm beneath people's feet. Smoke started escaping from the ground. Dangerous gases, including carbon monoxide, began leaking into the air. Residents were confused. Nobody understood what was happening beneath their homes. Authorities tried everything. They flooded areas with water. They dug trenches. They sealed mine entrances. They attempted multiple engineering solutions. But every effort failed. Because the fire wasn't burning on the surface. It was traveling hundreds of feet underground, through endless coal deposits. Then, something happened that shocked the entire nation. One day, a 12-year-old boy was playing near his home. Without warning, the ground beneath him collapsed. A massive sinkhole suddenly opened. Thick, scorching smoke and poisonous gases poured out from below. Fortunately, his cousin managed to pull him to safety just in time. That terrifying incident made one thing painfully clear. The danger was no longer hidden underground. It had reached the people above. Scientists, engineers, and geologists studied the disaster for years. Millions of dollars were spent trying to stop the fire. Massive excavation projects were planned. Barriers were built. New techniques were tested. But the underground coal field was simply too vast. Every attempt ended the same way. The fire continued. Slowly. Silently. Unstoppably. Eventually, the United States government made a heartbreaking decision. Centralia was no longer considered safe. Residents were offered compensation to leave their homes forever. One family after another packed their belongings and left. Schools closed. Churches became empty. Businesses disappeared. The streets that once echoed with children's laughter fell completely silent. A living town slowly transformed into one of America's most famous ghost towns. Today, only a handful of residents remain. Most houses have been demolished. Many roads have been permanently closed. In some places, warm smoke still rises through cracks in the ground. Scientists believe the underground fire could continue burning for another 250 years. Just think about that. A single mistake made in just a few moments may continue affecting the earth for centuries. Perhaps that's the greatest lesson this town has to teach us. We often believe that humanity controls nature. We build skyscrapers. We dig deep beneath the earth. We even explore outer space. But every now and then, nature quietly reminds us that no matter how advanced we become, we are still living by its rules. If you visit Centralia today, you'll find abandoned streets, empty landscapes, an eerie silence. But beneath that silence, the fire is still alive, burning, waiting, and perhaps it will continue burning for generations yet to come. So here's one final question. If you knew that beneath your town, an unstoppable fire had been burning for decades, would you stay? Or would you leave? Tell us your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoy real mysteries, forgotten history, science, and thought-provoking documentaries, subscribe to Rising Chronicles. Because our next chronicle may completely change the way you see the world.